Hi, it's Pauline. Welcome or welcome back. So today I wanted to do a little review and taste test on this adulting cereal that I picked up. So the other day I was at Sprouts and I was feeling a little nostalgic and, missing my childhood and all that. And I was like, wow, cereal used to be such a big part of the childhood that I had. And even though I would eat other things as well, cereal was such a big part of it, especially in the, early 2000s. And now looking back with all the new research and all the wellness information, we found out that there's like heavy metals and it's just a bunch of horrible extra filler ingredients. And so, I haven't had any of those like typical childhood cereals in years, literally years. But I was like, okay, I'm sure there's cleaner alternatives now. And so I was at Sprouts and I found this one. This is by 7 Sundays and it's sweetened with maple syrup. It's called Little Krispies Cinnamon Toast. So I feel like this is a little healthier, more adulting dupe for Cinnamon Toast Crunch for all the Gen Z millennials out there. So it's only made with 6 ingredients, which is so awesome and so simple. It's just sorghum flakes, maple syrup, coconut oil, cinnamon, sea salt, and vanilla extract. So easy, so pronounceable, so simple, so real, no extra filler stuff. And it's funny because on their label they also say 100% whole grain, no refined sugar, no weird stuff, which is funny, no artificial flavors, and it's 100% plant-based if that's important to you. And I was like, wow, this looks awesome. Let me try it out. So I have it in my bowl right here. And what I would do is I was a pour the cereal and then the milk type of person. I used milk today, which is an almond milk. But I always like to let my cereal kind of just bathe in the milk a little bit, or I guess the milk today. And it would just be like really tasty. So let's go ahead and try it out. Cheers. It's actually not bad. Yeah, I actually really like this. It's not really sweet, which I don't even like anymore. I don't like when things are super sweet. And I love the crunch. These little Krispies have a nice crunch to it, and the cinnamon's really nice. And cinnamon also has a lot of great benefits. And it also helps, I believe, balance blood sugar. But it also has that like cinnamony flavor that I'm really into. And the sweetness with the maple syrup is like a good amount. The texture is also nice. If you want it to be a little bit more crunchy, you probably wouldn't let it sit like I did. But again, I kind of like when it sits a little bit. But I'm really liking this. If you're used to super sweet things, then you're probably gonna eat this and be like, wow, it's not sweet at all. But honestly, I think it's like a pretty good amount. You could probably add a little bit of maple syrup on top if you want it to be a little bit sweeter, which I guess you could do. But as is, it's totally fine for me. I'm kind of loving how nowadays a lot more brands are starting to create items with real ingredients, and it's nice because people are waking up and in a sense demanding that. And so different brands are popping up, and a lot of them also have their own personal stories as to why they created the product. So they also have a little bit of information here about sorghum. So it says this ancient super grain has been around for ages. Sorghum is full of antioxidants and nutrients and has more protein than quinoa. Don't you know? It pops and crisps like rice and corn. Even better, this drought-tolerant plant is biodiverse, putting a variety of crops back on the land with less water doing it. Very cool. More protein than quinoa, and it's full of antioxidants. Score! Even better, I have been actually trying to eat more antioxidant-rich foods. I also love how it says keep it real. So overall, I really like this. It was a good find. I hadn't tried 7 Sundays before, but it's really nice. It's 100% real food, refined sugar free. It's also gluten-free. So if you are currently doing a gluten-free diet or gluten-free lifestyle and you were looking for some cereal without gluten, this is a good option. Again, I got the cinnamon toast option, but they had a bunch of other flavors as well. So if you want to have some cereal, you want to get that childhood nostalgia back, I think this is a good option. Also, I remember when I was younger and I would have cereal, there would be that liquidy part at the end that was flavored. So it was like a flavored milk depending on what type of cereal you got. So today it's like a cinnamony milk. And I remember I would just drink it from the bowl like this. Comment down below if you do that as well, or if you would just take your bowl to the sink and call it a day. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed and you hopefully learned something new today. And I will see you next time. Bye!